Florida Trailblazer and I are out here in Ocala exploring some really cool historical sites. He's pointing me in the right direction. Go left, go right, that kind of thing. So
doing some off-roading.
yeah, absolutely. You know how much I love that.
It's an honor to be in Jungle Jay's Jeep.
Oh, these roads are great out here. They're rough, they're muddy, they're difficult. I like it.
A lot of fun.
Yeah, bouncy. Lots of bouncing. So,
a lot of mud puddles too.
Yeah.
Gonna be a lot of water. We've had a lot of rain recently, so it's real muddy on these roads right now.
Yeah. Which is pretty cool.
What's cool about this forest, you can drive anywhere in here. Just explore these different areas.
Yeah, that's the thing. The forest is so vast that you have to have these little dirt roads out here to get anywhere. You don't have like one parking area, and good luck hiking 30 miles to the north just to spend the day, So, all right, which way, guy?
We're gonna go this way.
All right, let's do it.
Further into the forest.
Deeper in, man.
Deeper in.
So where are we going?
Going down to an area where an old steamboat landing used to be in the 1800s. There's also an Indian mound there as well.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
Sounds cool. What the steamboat landing is that sort of like has like pilings like an old dock or something?
Yeah,
or?
you can. I'm not sure if they're the original remnants from the landing, but you can see some stuff there along the shore, and I think it's from when the landing was there.
Okay.
It's a really neat area. It's beautiful, and you got to think at one time before all the highways in Florida, this was the highway going on the river. That's how people got around on these steamboats.
This here is an ancient Indian burial mound. Now I'm not going to go climbing around on top of it because I'm a bit superstitious, but it's also disrespectful. This is a historically significant area. Archaeologists say that this mound in particular is up to 1,500 years old, and back in the 1800s, people have come and excavated the site and really tore it up, removed a lot of human remains and things like that. There's still people inside the mound, but really happy to observe it from a distance. So anyway, let's carry on. We got a lot to see today. Okay. Now this is really interesting. This is the site of an old steamboat landing. Now you can see that it's tiered like this because the river would rise and fall throughout different times of the year. This river right here was the main artery for Central Florida as far as the logging industry was concerned. There were also settlements out here where people needed supplies and things like that. Well, this happened to be like a main hub right here, and that's really cool because there's pylons in different parts of the spot, and yeah, so it's nice to take a step back in time and think about those things. And so yeah, this is a really interesting little area. I've been talking about some of those pilings and some of the tiered areas, or when the river rises and falls. So this is a really interesting little spot.
Yeah, back in the 1800s, this was the site of a steamboat landing, just one of many along the river here. It's interesting history because back in those days, this was one of many stops on the river. It's the main form of transportation, and it's just a really neat area. It's beautiful and a place of history as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at these views here.
Yeah, I wonder how people viewed it back then. Like, we walk in and say, "Oh, this place is gorgeous. I love this." I wonder how they looked at it, and they're on there hacking down as many trees as they can make their money out of. So I don't think they looked at it the same way we did, but
yeah, maybe we appreciate it more now.
Maybe that's what it is. So.
It's hard to say, but I always think back in those times, like it'd be great to go back in time and experience it.
Yeah, I'm always thinking about that.
I know.
Every time I come out and see one of these historical sites, it's like, man, what was it like?
Yeah, I like to be there during that time.
Yeah.
And I create. That's why I come out to these places, because it's like it does take you back to another time.
It does.
These places, and but I wish I could just truly live it back then. It'd be really awesome.
Yeah, and it's a hard living too, especially for the settlers and people who were not indigenous to these areas.
Yeah.
Like the Native Americans, they knew this area better than any man on earth.
Yeah.
And they could live out here. Everything that came out of the woods, they chomped down on it. Everything. They knew all the wild edibles. They knew where to get resources. They traded all the way up. What was it? The Missouri track. You know, they traded along there, and so they knew this area better than anybody. And when the white man came out, they had no idea. They had no idea. Everything on the trees. They didn't know what plants could be eaten. They would suffer if they didn't make friends with the natives out here. And a lot of times they didn't make friends, but the ones that did were the most successful.
Yeah. So during the 1800s, people traveled along this river. They traded goods. That's how they got things. They stop at these stops and trade goods with other people. Mentioning the natives, there's so many layers of history here, going back thousands of years, over 10,000 years ago. People lived along these spots.
All the way into the BC area.
Yeah, it's
era,
really fascinating.
Absolutely. So there's some more stuff you wanted to show me?
Yeah, there's so much stuff around here. We'll check out some other things.
All right. Lead the way, my man.
All right.
Cool.
All right, so this is our trail right here. Fun stuff.
Oh yeah, this is definitely fun for me.
When we explore out here, we blaze our own trail.
So right now, Florida Trailblazer and I are clambering through this thick oak scrub back here, looking for an old gravesite which belonged to the landing master of that steamboat landing back there. And it's really tricky to find. And there's no trails that lead to it. And using historical records and things like that, that's how Florida Trailblazer found it himself. So he's showing it to me, and I'm really interested to see what this is all about.
Made it to the site. The grave site of Thomas C. Filial. He was born in 1830, passed away in 1873. And he was put here by his son T.T. Filial. Years ago, I did a video of it, and I actually got an email from one of the relatives. They saw my video. It was really cool. They emailed me and gave me some history about the site. And one of the relatives put this barrier up here during the mid-1900s to help protect the tombstone here. And from what I know, they come out here maybe once a year, all the way down from Georgia, to help maintain the site. And now this Thomas Filial, rest in peace out here. You know, what a peaceful place to be buried.
Absolutely. Surrounded by loblolly pines and slash pines and oak scrub and what is that other one? Wax myrtle, and it's just a beautiful spot. There's blueberry all around too.
Yeah, there's a nice scent in the air too of all the foliage.
Yeah,
it's really nice.
And the temperatures are raising too. It's getting really nice out here right now.
It's beautiful. The river's down the way. It's just such a scenic place.
Yeah,
real peaceful out here.
Cool. What else is there? What else you got for me today, my man?
We're gonna check out some other beautiful parts of the forest and some interesting history.
All right, excellent. Cool.
Let's take another walk through the woods here.
here we are out in a pine scrub. We're looking for remnants of the turpentine industry, which was the late 1800s or early 1900s. And Florida Trailblazer here has become quite the aficionado on that type of industry. So he's going to show me some catface trees, some Herty cups, and some remnants, hopefully, of old turpentine camps. And you've been out here before looking for that camp.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you not find the camp itself, or?
Not yet. I've come out here a few times and just getting out here looking for any history from that time period. I've seen Herty cup fragments, trying to find catface trees in these areas. Some areas you go to and you see all kinds of catface trees. In some areas you don't see them at all, so it just varies. It's all about getting out, exploring the wilderness.
All right, that's very interesting.
Yeah.
Well, he's going to show me what to look for some of these catface trees. You may remember one of my earlier videos, I found that really cool Herty cup. Well, this guy's channel, following this guy's channel, taught me to look for those kind of things, and I didn't know what it was if I didn't watch his channel. So he's going to show me what to look for, and we're going to get into it. All right, you ready?
Yeah, let's check out this wood. Beautiful.
Yeah, this place is amazing. Florida Trailblazer says to me that this path here was used by the turpentine workers, probably with wagons and everything running them Herty cups in and out.
Yeah. It's an overgrown path today, but it could have been a road that they used to get back into the woods here. So we're just out here following it to see where it leads.
And the neat thing about it is that you can generally find these Herty cups and catface trees along these paths like this, because they didn't want to have to hike too far into the woods themselves.
Yeah, a lot of times you can find stuff along them. So what I'll do is I'll get into the woods, I'll find an overgrown trail like this and just kind of follow it as far as I can. And it's interesting to see where they go. And again, some really nice areas too. But yeah, a lot of times you'll find some remnants from the time along the areas.
So right now we're scouring the ground for Herty cup fragments. You kind of have to keep your head down and just look for that terracotta color fragment.
Yep, and it can be confusing too, because you got leaves on the ground too with similar colors.
Yeah,
So
I was thinking the same thing.
It
Yeah.
can throw you off. Like, oh, there's one there, and you look down, it's a bunch of leaves.
Hey, I found some.
Awesome. Wow. Starting to see some evidence from the turpentine industry out here. It's a Herty cup fragment here. So these fragments are broken up from a larger piece.
Let's go see if we can find some more, because that's a good sign.
Yeah.
All right.
Put them down where we found them. Jay, I found some over here. Some more Herty cup fragments. So, see a piece of fragment here.
Oh, that's cool. That's like some bottoms to them.
Yeah, bottom pieces.
All right. Very neat. I like how smooth they are on the inside. Guess they don't have a surface in there for any leftover turpentine. They can just pour it out or whatever.
Yeah, I always like the texture of them too. the outside.
Yeah, no, it's just like a good old terracotta pot that you get at the Home Depot or something. That's why that's what I thought they were. You know, when I first saw them.
Really? Interesting. Well, they actually made different types of cups, collecting cups for the industry. So they had galvanized metal ones.
I knew those would be a little more durable than terracotta.
Yeah, they're more expensive too than these. They also had different shapes too. They weren't always this shape. They had box shaped ones and things like that. So it's really interesting, the different kinds of cups they use.
So that's neat. I think it was from the same pot.
Could be.
It was. Look at that.
Yep.
It's like perfect fit.
So they made these in kilns. You know, they made these kind of cups, and I always wondered like where they came from, where they made them. And this is an interesting story. One time I was in hiking in Tennessee. In the mountains, I was hiking on some trails. I looked down, I see Herty cup fragments everywhere. I'm like, how do these get up here? Because there's no turpentine industry there. There's no pine trees, nothing like that. And I mean, they were everywhere on the trail, like cups like this, broken up big ones, all kinds of different shapes. And did some research. Turns out, because I was by where they did coal mining and stuff, and they had a kiln there, and they actually made the Herty cups there as well.
So they shipped them to wherever there's
yeah, so they'd make their cups and ship them out to wherever they got to go. But that's some interesting history I learned too about them.
Yeah, that's weird. You're like a world away from, and then there it is.
I know, a place I would never think to find turpentine history, and I find cups up there. So
cool.
Let's keep looking.
All right. I think I spotted a couple shards over here.
Okay.
Well, we didn't find any catface trees. I mean, we scoured those woods and looked all over, and we didn't see any, but a lot of Herty cup fragments. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, we looked everywhere out there. So it's hard to come across them sometimes, but the best thing you can do is just go out there and explore and see what you can find. That's what we did today.
There was a great time today too, man. I had a blast. This forest is immense. It goes on forever, it seems like.
Yeah, we saw a lot of stuff today besides the Turpentine, Indian Mound, the old steamboat landing, the grave sites, just some of the interesting history in this area.
Whoa, that tree looked interesting. Anyways,
now we're just out here driving around enjoying the forest.
Yeah, we saw them deer too.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Well, it's starting to get dark, and we're heading out because they've got a long drive and I've got a long drive back, and so we're just taking the scenic route back to our parking area, and we'll call it a day. But I'll put a link in the description to Florida Trailblazers channel, and like always, thanks for watching. Take care.